Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. Not your first time here, hi, welcome back. If you enjoy all things makeup and book related, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads. And let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video, which is talking about the 20 palettes I think are perfect for fall. There are some older palettes in here, newer palettes in here. There is a ton of different options in here that I am so excited to share with you. So if you guys are excited to see what palettes I would recommend, what I think is perfect for fall time, then definitely keep on watching. So starting off with these two palettes right here from Anastasia Beverly Hills. These are going to be the Nouveau palette as well as the Rose Metals palette. These palettes are absolutely stunning. You can either use them separate, you can combine them. They have a lot of really complementing tones in them, and I think that this is just like so perfect for fall. You have some of those really pretty orange type tones, those really like army type greens, you have some like burgundy, you have some oranges, yellows, and then you have this really like pop of like this cool toned purple, which I think is so beautiful for fall. So I absolutely think that these are perfect for fall time. Now, sometimes when I think about fall, I do think about like the colors, but I also think about Halloween and just like the spookiness and the vibes that it gives. So some of these palettes are not only inspired by like the fall colors, but like also just like the spookiness. So the next one is from Gourmand Girls. This is the Spooked palette. I love how it has like the spider webs. The Spooked is like so pretty and like reflective and shifty. And then when you look in here, you've got like the really cute like pumpkin, and there's like a bat like stamped into the pans. And I think that there's like a lot of like really pretty colors. You have like this really deep purple, you have black, you've got red, you've got orange, you've got like a brown, like an orangish brown, you've got this really pretty olive type of green, and you have all of these like really pretty shimmers, including like this bright like green that kind of gives me like Wicked Witch of the West vibes. So I absolutely think this is perfect for fall or Halloween season. The next one is going to be Nocturnal from Glaminatrix. This palette is stunning if you have this in your collection. I love how it's got like a lot of like different grunge tones, but I think that these grunge tones are absolutely perfect for fall time, especially like around the Halloween spooky ooky trooky meglamooky type of tones. They're so beautiful, and like again, like these shimmers and the shifts that they have are stunning. Hello. So beautiful, and the mattes work really well together. I mean, it's a really beautiful palette. The next one is going to be from Natasha Denona. This is the Sunset palette. This 1000% is just fall. When I think of leaves on trees or falling onto the ground, I think of these colors. You've got yellow, you've got like the red, you've got like the orange, you've got some brown in there as well. And I know this is like set for like a sunset. And of course, in the fall, daylight ends a lot sooner. So the sun starts setting sooner. So I mean, can't get better than that. I don't know what to tell you. But when I think of like all the fall colors, like when I go outside or I see a picture of fall and I just think of like the colors, this is exactly what I'm thinking of. Natasha Denona, of course, has a fantastic formula, and her shimmers are really good and really like pretty as well. They're just like some basic shimmers. They're not at all like the other palette where it was, see how like just like pretty they are. They're just like one dimensional. There's not a lot of shift to them, which I think is just absolutely perfect for like if you were going to like the pumpkin patch or on like a hayride or something like that. I think that would be a great palette. The next two are going to be from Nomad, and that is first going to be this Haunted Europe palette. First of all, this packaging is absolutely everything that I need for fall. It's beautiful. And then you open it up and these just have like the perfect fall tones. You have, again, those gold, orange, browns. I really love these two colors right here where it's like they're like purpley type grays and like a purpley blue. I think those are so beautiful. You have like these greens in here that are stunning as well, like these little purples. I absolutely love it. And again, just like the vibe of it, so cute. The names, beautiful, like Big Bad Wolf, Krampus, Count Dracula, absolutely like Halloween names. And then of course these ones also have like stamps within the pans as well. That makes that even more fun and spooky and perfect for fall. The other one, which is kind of a little bit different, because this Nomad, the Haunted Europe, kind of gives me like spooky October, Halloween, whereas this is very much fall. Because as you can tell, it's just those fall tones. It's just something when I go outside, you know, these are all of like the leaf colors. And then here's like the shimmers in the middle, which again are very reminiscent of what's going on. And then you've got like the tree type of color, like the earthy tones and how things are starting to slowly just kind of like die or get more grim, or, you know, it's not like as bright and bubbly as it is during the summer. So this is perfect for fall as well. This is Hudson Valley palette. The next palettes are going to come from Give Me Glow. how many do I have from Give Me Glow? I have 4 from Give Me Glow. I do want to shout out, because it's not necessarily a palette, but you can make it a palette, are their singles. I love their singles. I'm just going to shout them out because you can make whatever color story you want. You can make, I feel like this has a lot of like really good fall vibes to it, but you can make whatever color story you want. You can have one for summer, you can make one for fall, one for winter, one for spring, whatever the case may be, and they have a great formula. But just talking like palette wise, you could go on there and you're just like, I just want to buy like one palette, not have to worry about singles. That would be great for fall. I definitely have some options in here. So let's go ahead and let's go over those. The first one is going to be this Juicy Blueberry. I don't know what I was expecting. I didn't think it was going to be quite as fall, but this absolutely is fall. You have like the oranges and like the burnt type of browns. You have some of like these mauves and kind of like these cool toned gray purples that I think just work so well. It kind of reminds me of like my shirt, and that just really gives me like fall Halloween type vibes. It's so pretty. Again, they only have 2 shimmers in here, which is probably one of the downsides to this palette, but it's just, they are beautiful shimmers. Like those are absolutely stunning. The way that they shift, shine in the light, they are so pretty. And again, I think this is definitely one, like a really good palette for fall. Next from them is 1000% like a fall Halloween type vibe. This is the Haunted Pumpkin palette. This was their first palette that they did with large squares, and then they did put some pumpkins in the shimmers. But again, whenever I think of like fall tones, colors, it's definitely going to be the colors that are in this palette. And it definitely does have kind of like some ability to use this for Halloween as well, kind of like with these like grungy type of greens. You've got like these browns, you've got like these really beautiful purples, and then you've got like this really pretty brown as well. These are, did I say purples? I meant to say brown and oranges, and I said purples. Don't know what happened there, but this is a fantastic palette for the fall time. Another one that is not necessarily, I don't know, fall, but definitely Halloween is going to be the Give Me Glow Bad Witch Club. This is one of my favorite palettes from them. Again, you have like the purples, you have the pinks, you have the burgundies, you have the greens. You just have everything that I think of when I think of like really good spooky Halloween witch type colors. It's definitely going to be this, whether that be like skin tone, eye color, hair color, witch hat colors, whatever the case may be, or like what a witch would wear for like their eye looks. This is definitely what I think of, and this is such a fun and really pretty palette. This says season fall. I'm hoping that maybe they might come out with some other ones for different seasons, but honestly, that right there is such a good palette. The last palette from Give Me Glow that I'm going to mention is one that you can't get anymore. It's the Grunge palette, but I love this palette if I can open it. so much. Like, as you can tell, this is just a straight up grungy type palette. You've got some really pretty grungy tones. And again, I feel like these tones lean a little bit more like cool and more like fall, autumn type colors. And of course, I love like the packaging. You know, you've got the skulls and stuff, spooky vibes. But this is such a phenomenal palette, especially if you love grunge during the fall as much as I do. This was a good palette. So if you already have that in your collection, you forgot about it, make sure you pull that out because that is a good palette. Next, we definitely needed to bring in a blend bunny, and that is going to be the Surge palette. I love this. I just love like the way that this is set up, but you could lean totally grunge. You could maybe go like really bright and vibrant, like maybe you're doing like a bright pumpkin look or something like that. You can mix and match all of them together. This is like a really pretty palette. The shimmers are really pretty. Again, you've got your grungy greens, you've got like your purples, you've got your oranges. Like, there's just like so much to this palette, and it's so beautiful, and I really do love pulling this out for fall looks. It's seriously one of my favorites. Next is going to be from Milk Cosmetics. This is going to be the Gemini palette, and honestly, Gemini 2 could also easily go here as well. Mix or match, pick one or the other, but I just love like the grunginess of like the greens all being on this side, and then like your really oranges browns being here, where it's like there's like a really pretty, it's like it's a black. Wow, I could not spit that out. It's like this really pretty black that kind of just like separates the two rows. So you could use them as liner for either one, add some depth to either, but this is a very, very beautiful palette that I think is perfect for fall. Next, I have two Colourpop palettes. One you can't get anymore, one that you can, but a lot of people have these in their collection. The first is going to be At Forest Sight. This is Raw Beauty Christie with Colourpop. Again, this is definitely just like when you think of like fall tones, fall colors, what you see when you step outside and it's fall time is definitely going to be this palette. It is so very beautiful. Again, you've got all of those like oranges, and you've got like the burnt orange browns in there. You've got like some deep grunge type colors, including like some purplies and some greens and some like blue teal greens. And I just feel like when I think of fall, both morning, afternoon, night, I feel like all of these colors are in there somewhere, and I think that's perfect for fall. The next one is going to be Cold Stone Fox. I don't know, it's Stone Cold Fox. The reason why I would pick this for fall is like a really good neutral palette. It's just because for me, fall is going to be more of like those, we're starting to like drift away from like the really warm tone eyeshadows and go for something a little bit cooler. And I feel like this is perfect. I feel it has some like really good, perfect cool tone, but also still has like a little bit of warmth to it. You know, it's not like, more like neutral. There we go. We've got like neutral and cool, or it's not warm. So I feel like it could be perfect where you're like, I'm not ready to quite go so cool toned, but you do have that option if like maybe right now it being like the beginning of October, end of September kind of area, where you might want to go, you know, a little bit more neutral. And then as you get towards like the end of October and November, that you might want to go like straight cool instead of neutral. So I feel like that just like kind of provides all of those options and is a fantastic neutral palette. Then we have from Glamlight, this is the Chucky palette. Shout out also to their Scooby palettes because those were really cute too. But I really wanted to just keep it at 20. This was one that had just released. A lot of people got it. It's been coming like in and out of stock. So I'll try to link all of these that I can. But this is grunge. This is grunge, cool tone grunge. And I love like the insane grungy colors that it has. This palette is perfect, especially around Halloween time, for this palette to come out. But honestly, I would honestly wear this palette every single day in the month of fall. In the season of fall, I would wear that every single day. It's just the perfect tones, the perfect amount of coolness and grunge, but also like cool and colorful, because it's not just like cool tone grays. It's like cool tone greens, cool tones like pinky, purples, cool tone browns, blacks, and this is absolutely perfect. So the last four are all going to be from Unearthly Cosmetics. These are palettes that I just absolutely love. So the first one is going to be Warms My Blood. This was released last year for their Halloween, and I just love this palette. I love all of, like, these are all of the shimmers, and I think that they're so pretty. And then you have all over here, which again are really those like cool tone shades. You've really got like some good reds for like blood. You've got the purples that are just like the really like perfect purple for fall. You've got like grays and some really good like reddish browns, orange browns. You have a nice whites. Again, I think that was just such a fantastic palette. The artwork for fall and Halloween, are you kidding me? Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Queen of the Damned. Yes. Yes, ma'am. That is absolutely correct. Okay. The next one is going to be the Lore palette. This is 1000% grunge. You've got the oranges, you've got like the berries, you've got a black to go ahead and smoke everything up, and then in the shimmers you've got like the really pretty like orangey, pink, green type of shimmers, and this is absolutely stunning for fall as well. And then the next one is going to be Leather and Lace. I really love this for fall. You've got your grungy greens up here. You've got your really pretty like orangish, reddish browns. And then you have like those berry type shades, which I think are absolutely perfect for fall. You have them all in a row. It's all right there. Compact, easy to use, perfect for fall. And then the last one I feel like is fitting. This is Fall Magic. I mean, hello, Fall Magic. You can't tell me that wasn't planned. But as you can tell, again, fall colors, fall tones. This almost kind of reminds me of if I was going apple picking in the middle of like fall, or going out to like a corn maze or something like that, or pumpkin picking. This would be a palette that I would take for those, that I would use for those. It's so beautiful. You've got like those oranges, you've got the greens, you've got some pinks, some burgundies, some mauves in there. I think that this is absolutely beautiful and stunning for fall. All right, so those are all of my thoughts and opinions on what I think are the 20 best palettes that I have in my collection for fall. Let me know what you guys are really excited to use this fall season. I'm so excited to hear about all of that down below. Maybe I just need to add some more palettes to my collection. Maybe I have some that I didn't really think about as being fall related, or maybe they were ones that I did not pick up at all and have no interest in. But let me know what you guys are really excited to use this fall. If you guys enjoyed, make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe so you can be notified when I post future videos. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.